News on weekends at 12 noon and 6 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays. Family Love, your source for the news.
Online, on your mobile, and on your smart speaker with the latest news.
This is Family Love at 97.7 FM.
Welcome to the News Hour.
Good afternoon, family member, and welcome to the news. Be more responsible, stop killing the environment, stop pipeline vandalism and indiscriminate disposal of the environment, stop pipeline vandalism and indiscriminate disposal of all kinds of waste. I am Victor Peter. In the highlights, House of Representatives to vote on state police today. Federal government says 262 Nigerians to arrive from South Africa today. Rivers State government to shut down illegal private schools. Plus, President Donald Trump accuses Iran of taking too long to negotiate peace deal. Details coming up shortly. Thank you for joining us on the news. We begin with the report that the House of Representatives says it will vote on the constitutional amendment to allow for the creation of state and local police in the country as part of measure to address rising insecurity in the country today, Thursday, June 11, 2026. Deputy Speaker and Chairman of the House Committee on Constitution Review, Benjamin Kalu, said this at a media briefing shortly after the House plenary that the Parliament has decided to prioritize the issue of state police ahead of other bills. He said the House has directed all members who are currently out of Abuja for oversight to suspend such and return to the Parliament today, Thursday, for the voting procedure. The House Bill on State Police is sponsored by the Deputy Speaker and 14 other members of the House. In another development, 262 Nigerians out of around 1,000 who have said they want to leave South Africa are expected back in the country today, Thursday, following a fresh wave of xenophobic attacks. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Bianca Odumegu Ojukwu, said this in a statement on her X account on Thursday morning. Odumegu Ojukwu said that in her absence, owing to official duties in Ethiopia, the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Shola Enikano-Laye, will be at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, to receive the returnees on behalf of the federal government. In Edo State, the state government says it has commenced the recruitment of 1,000 forest guards as part of a major security push aimed at protecting forests, farmlands and rural communities from kidnappers and other criminal elements operating within and around the state. The Commissioner for Public Security and Safety, Honorable Festus Ebia, disclosed these on Wednesday during a joint press briefing in Benin City alongside the Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Prince Kasim Afebua, and the Commissioner for Transportation, Mr. Saturday Uwelekwe. According to Ibia, the guards will be strategically deployed across forest and border communities, particularly in areas vulnerable to criminal infiltration from neighboring states. The Commissioner noted that operational bases for the forest guards would be established deep within forest reserves to ensure effective surveillance and rapid response to security threats. Here in Rivers State, the state government has announced plans to shut down all unapproved private schools operating across the state as part of efforts to strengthen quality assurance and ensure compliance within educational standards. The enforcement exercise, which is scheduled to commence on Monday, June 15, 2026, will target private schools operating without registration and official approved from the Ministry of Education, as well as institutions that fail to meet prescribed educational requirements. The announcement was contained in a public notice signed by the Commissioner for Education, Dr. Peters Nwago, on Wednesday. According to the Commissioner, the exercise is aimed at safeguarding the quality of education provided to children in the state and ensuring that schools operate in safe and conducive learning environments. He stressed that any school found operating without government approval will be closed, adding that the ministry would no longer tolerate practices that compromise educational standards and the welfare of pupils. Meanwhile, the Amadabo of Fenima, His Royal Highness Aseme Alabo Dagogo Lambert Brown, Congo the 17th, has reiterated the community's demand for justice, proper resettlement and recognition of its rights as the host community of the Nigerian Liquefied Natural Gas (NLNG) project. Aseme Alabo Dagogo Brown, who made this known while speaking at the commemoration of the June 10 anniversary of the 2021 attack on Finima residents by neighboring communities during a protest against alleged neglect and abandonment by NLNG, described it as historic reminder of the sacrifices made by the people of Finima for Nigeria's economic development. Aseme Alabo Dagogo Brown pointed that June 10 has become a permanent memorial for present and future generations of Finima people and lamented what he described as the abandonment of the Finima resettlement project and several outstanding commitments contained in the community's legacy agreement with LNG.
The settlement project has been abandoned by NLNG. It kickstarted with NNPC being the forerunners, handed over to NLNG. NLNG has abandoned the Finima resettlement project. They have what is called the legacy list, and there are a lot of outstanding in the legacy list that is yet to be met. Dump waste management, IDP, cottage industry, independent power. We are promised that they will be directly connected to their grid, which we know that is not sustainable. And so, but as a community, we can be supported as a community to generate power, which we are working as a community for the Finima Independent Gas Power Plant. That is sustainable as long as LNG is ready to collaborate. It is part of the legacy list.
Alabo Dagogo Brown, who is also the chief and head of Boye Omuso Brown Major House, emphasized that recent court pronouncements have affirmed Finima's status as the host community under existing petroleum and local contents laws, noting that the land upon which NLNG facilities and the trained 7 workers camp are located was provided directly by Finima. The monarch appealed to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to intervene by establishing a special task force to address the outstanding resettlement issues and ensure the fulfillment of agreements entered into between the community and the project's promoters.
We want to appeal to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, to please intervene, set up a special task force to see that the Finima involuntary resettlement that has brought the NLNG to stay, that is supporting the economy of Nigeria, that the Finima people are giving what they deserve as per the documentation. The NNPC people have, NNPC being the forerunner of NLNG, had an agreement, MOU with us. That MOU must be fulfilled in order to better the lives of the Finima.
Also speaking, Dr. Bara Kabaka Brown said the events of June 10 have strengthened the committee's determination to engage companies operating on Finima land, while Warisenibo Igbewari Prince Brown described the attack as one of the most painful experiences of his life.
Surprise realizing that people we refer to as our brothers could come out with machetes, now destroy property, injured a lot of persons whose injuries the scars they are still carrying till today. So for us in Philima, on an annual basis, we tend to remember this day because it was a very sad one. And for the FCDC, it has strengthened our resolve to continuously engage companies, especially those operating on our island, engaging to ensure that the community reaps the benefits of what was provided for host communities in the loss.
And so when we are demanding for our rights, I expected that they could have joined us in solidarity rather than coming to attack us and then inflict some.
Sustainable development has been described as a strategic approach to meeting the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. This position was expressed by the member representing Obiakpo Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Honorable Kingsley Chinda, during a free medical outreach organized by the Directorate of Welfare of the Nigerian Students Legislative Council on Wednesday at the University of Port Harcourt. Honorable Chinda, who was represented by the immediate past chairman of APC in Obiakwa local government area, Barrister Leslie Ejeku, emphasized that policies formulated by governments and institutions should promote long-term growth and development rather than hinder the prospects of future generations.
Government policy framework for which they use to manage their resources, address the issues of poverty, and also to integrate climate and ecological initiatives and policies with national development. What is all this big grammar about? We're a nation, we're a country. All this policy or initiative is trying to say that whatever we are doing today in the present, we should not exploit it to the effect and to the extent that it will be detrimental to future generations. Let us also allow future generations to meet their own economic and societal needs. In short, that is what it means. If we want to look at sustainable development globally, we then have to look at United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. They are about
Barrister Ejeku further noted that as part of efforts to ensure sustainable development within his constituency, Honorable Chinda has constructed and fully equipped a skills acquisition and craft center in Atali community where residents are being empowered through vocational and entrepreneurial training programs.
Honorable Chinda has constructed and equipped what we call the Atali Skills Craft Center. It's located in Atali community in Obiakpo local government area. Then in that center we have different teachers and tutors carrying out different skill sets for our people. After teaching them, they are also giving starter packs to start up their various businesses or start up their various skills and trades. He has also moved further to do what we call the solar water energy project. That way we don't depend on the borehole and depend on generators or electricity to pump water for our people. People have access to good water supply with solar energy. He has also tried in equipping most of our health centers, our primary and secondary health centers, with enough health facilities that will give our people good access to health.
In her remarks, the convener of the program and director of welfare of the Nigerian Students Legislative Council, Agala Glory, encouraged students to embrace entrepreneurship and self-reliance while pursuing their academic studies, adding that academic qualifications alone may not be sufficient in today's competitive environment.
Encourage every student present here today to take full advantage of this opportunity. In a rapidly evolving world, academic qualifications started doing video one because I wanted to get all I could, like the textbooks, the manuals, and without bothering my things. I ventured into entrepreneurship and I had the primary knowledge of fish farming. I'm into fish farming too, Healthy Agro, and I'm the founder of Healthy Agro Livestock Nigeria. So when we started, I started getting connection. You can be studying and also doing a business.
Also speaking, the Dean of Student Affairs of the University of Port Harcourt, Professor Chima Nwokocha, urged young people to adopt a positive and progressive mindset in all their endeavors.
I won't ask what it does, and I'm scared to try it so that I will not run mad. But I ask myself, what is the essence of putting yourself in a state or situation where you can't control yourself? You're drinking, and you're drinking 10, 12, 20 bottles. For what reason? At the end, you have a car crash, and you probably die off or lose a limb. So why put yourself in a state where you can't control yourself? The Nigerian youth have to have a new ideological setting in everything they do. Everything. The women have to start looking at their bodies as things of value. They should not look at themselves as commercial objects.
Our correspondent John Peters reports that the 3-day program organized in partnership with the Center for Population Health Initiatives will continue today, Thursday, at the River State University with a skills Nigerian currency records first depreciation plus other story. Please stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us, and now to the rest of the news. In business, the Naira depreciated against the dollar at the official foreign exchange market on Wednesday. The Central Bank of Nigeria's data showed that the Naira weakened for the first time this week to 1,362 Naira 5 kobo per dollar on Wednesday, down from 1,360 Naira 55 kobo traded on Tuesday. This means that on a day-to-day basis, the Naira dipped by 1 Naira 5 kobo against the dollar. Meanwhile, at the black market, the Naira remained unchanged at 1,395 Naira per dollar on Wednesday, the same rate as exchanged on Tuesday. On the foreign scene, U.S. President Donald Trump accused Iran on Wednesday of taking too long to negotiate a peace deal and warned